Hello and welcome to this video. In today's session we will see how to use the constructor binding and property source together with configuration properties in Spring Boot. For example, if you want to group related properties in one configuration file. So for our demo I prepared this Spring Boot application. By default, Spring Boot will read the properties from this file, and I want to group these two properties in one configuration class. And for that I created this one, my server config, annotated with configuration, and I defined the prefix in the configuration properties in such a way that port and URL will be populated from this file. So this is the first step. After that we will see how to put these two parameters in its own configuration file. So first we will create a unit test for that to test our implementation. We create new test. We will annotate it with Spring Boot test and inject my server config. Let's annotate this with test. So what we will check is equal to. So let's run the test. So the test is successful. However, this approach has one problem. We want to make this class immutable. For that, we will remove this data annotation and replace it with value from Lambo. And you see the IDE is complaining because we are using the configuration here. So we have to remove this one. And in the main application, we have to use this annotation, configuration properties scan. And now let's run the test after these changes. So let's run the test. The expectation that the test will fail. Indeed, because as you see here, count exception while auto-varying. So the problem is Spring tried to access the field using the getter and setter accessor, and because this is annotated with value, there is no setter for that. So we need to do a change here. Constructor binding. So instead of using a getter, we will use this one. Let's see if it works. And as you see, it works. So the next step, instead of using this file, we want to have the configuration in its own file. So let's create a new one and remove these two properties from here and put them in the new file. And after that, we need to tell Spring which file should be used. So there is this annotation property source. It accepts these parameter values or value equal class path. Let's copy the file name and see if this will work. So this should, we run the test. And you see the expected. So this configuration doesn't work. And there is a workaround for that. If you use property source with the constructor binding, you have at first to load the configuration file using a separate configuration class. For that we will create another class and we'll annotate the class with this annotation configuration, and here class path file name. This new entity or this new configuration class will have the task to load this file, and the old one will populate these fields in, and this one is immutable. So let's run the test and see if it works. And as you see now, the test was successful. I hope this was helpful for you. Thanks for watching and bye.